Okay, number one, domain and range of the function. So if the domain is x is less than 5, that means it has to be an open circle and it's going to go to the left. When y is less than 2, again, open circle and down. So which one does that? So if you look at C, it goes to the left and it goes down. So that makes C your correct answer. Number 2. Again, domain and range. Your domain, of course, is your x. Your range is your y. So my x goes from 0 to 50. And my y goes from 0 to 100. So C, all real numbers greater than equal to 0 and less than equal to 50. So 0 to 50 and 0 to 100. So C is your correct answer. Number 3, f of x equals negative 37. So instead of f of x, you have just y equals negative 37. So anytime you see f of x, g of x, when you need to put it in the calculator, you're just going to do y equals. And since y equals a number, that is going to be a horizontal line at negative 37. So the domain for every line is going to be all real numbers except for a vertical line. And the range for all of them but horizontal and vertical, they're the only ones that are different. For horizontal, it can only equal negative 37. So D is all real numbers because it's going left and right forever, and it can only equal negative 37. Number 4, I lost the multiple choice. So let me add those back in. Okay, so for our word problems, you have a template. So you have your rate, then domain and range, x, then y, less than equal to, less than equal to. And then, of course, your domain is going to be, it's your input. So you can input gallons, you can input hours, you can input t-shirts, whatever you're buying, and for the most part on our problems. And then our range is money. So, money. Okay. And sometimes your rate is going to be an equation like it is in this problem. So your daily cost of hiring a plumber has a fixed cost of $80 and additional cost of $45 an hour. So your equation, y equals mx plus b. Your m is what changes per something. So in this case, it's going to be $45 per hour. And your b is a fixed amount because it doesn't change because it's not multiplied by x. So your equation is y equals 45x plus 80. So then you can go to your calculator, and he works 8 hours a day. So let's go ahead and fill out what we do know. So if you only given one number, and that's going to be your domain, that's your input, you got to work, then the other number is 0. You work 0 hours, you make 0 money. And so you have two choices. We're going to input 8. You can put your equation in y equals and go to when x equals 8. So x equals 8 and y equals 440. And so our multiple choice answer is, what is the range? And it should be, oh, that's why I took off the multiple choice. I remember now. Life is clear. And fixed cost plus an additional So, plus additional, so at 0, you're actually at 80. Of course, in real life, if you don't do any work, you're not going to get the $80 either. But in this case, they included the 80. So the answer is B. Okie dokie. Number 5. Okay, so number 5 is similar to what we just got through doing. They gave us the equation, so we don't have to write it. And every pair of plates weigh 20 pounds. What is the range of this function? So you have the set of weights, including 4-pound barbells, 6 pair of weight plates. Each pair weighs 20 pounds. If X is the plate added to the barrel, the total weight of the barrel in plates and pounds can be replaced by, for what is the range of the situation? So you're looking at a total of 6 pairs. So your domain is right here. This is your domain. So you're going to put in either 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. And what are you going to get out? So go to y equals, type your equation in. So 20x plus 4. And you're going to get out, 0 is 40. So 40, 60, what did I do? Y equals, oops, I did 40 instead of 4. Sweet. Okay, now our table is showing up. So 4, 24, 44, 64, 104, and so on. And 24 it stops. So at 24, you're at number 6. And so if nothing shows up, you know you wrote your equation down incorrectly. Number 6, y equals 5, open parentheses, x squared plus 1, close them, and then plus 16. So anytime you have to put a number in for the equation, so if you have p of x and they give you p of 11, then you're going to put 11 in for x. So second table, I'm going to look for 11, and 11 is 626. Now what if they gave you, instead of 11, they did, let's say 1/2? How would you find that? So there are 2 ways with using the calculator. We can go to table set and we can just start at 1/2. And then it's going to be 22.25. So P of 1/2 would equal 22.25. And if it needed to be a fraction answer, then you can go second table set. Instead of 0.5 or 1 divided by 2, you can go alpha x, 1 alpha x, then 2. You can also change it to ask. So this is going to give everything as a fraction, and then go back to table set and change this to ask, and then it's blank, so you can put any x value. So again, alpha x, 1/2, and press enter, and then it's going to give you the 89/4 as an improper fraction. And, okay, number 7, which is a function. So to be a function, x's can't repeat. So f, all the x's repeat. G, you have -1, -1. H, you have, let's see, nothing, that's all good. And J repeats. So my answer is H. And then to add a question to this, what would f of 7 be for H? for answer H. So you look at 7 is your x value, so my answer would be 4. It's just the other side of it, it's the y value. Number 8. So a function. So of course 0 is the easiest one to put in, and that will help you decide if you put it in correctly. So anything times 0 is 0. So 3 times -6 is -18. For the others, you can put it in y equals again. So 3, open parentheses, 5x minus 6, close it. I've got my table on ask, so I can easily put 10 and -10, so I don't have to toggle. If you don't have it in ask, you have an auto. Just look at when x equals 10 and when x equals -10. And then, of course, 0. 0 is to -18. So 132, -168. So what's happening is this value is going in for x. So 5 times 10 minus 6. So 5 times 10 is 50. 50 minus 6 is 44. And then you have to multiply times 3. Number 9. Okay, anytime it's asking for the domain and range and it gives you an equation, you have to put that equation in y equals. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to auto on the independent, and that is a 1 on top of there. So negative, and I don't need fractions, so I'm just going to do 1 divided by x minus 17, close it, squared plus 61, and graph, and notice I left off the squared, -1/4 x minus 7, or it actually looks like, so you can't see very much of that parabola. So I'm going to change my window so I can see more of it. Or, of course, we know where to look, so let's just go there. So the domain for every quadratic is all real numbers. And so that's correct, and that's correct. So then our range is, it's negative, so we know that it's facing down, so that's why it's less than equal to. So it's either 17 or 61. So let's go to our table and change that back to, let's go ahead and start at 17. So at 17, it is 61. And notice around 17, you have matching. So 15 is 60, 17 is 61, and 19 is also 60. So these two match. And that makes this your vertex. So since that is your vertex, then your range, so the highest point is going to be at 61. It goes all the way up as high as 61. So it's going to be less than or equal to 61. The range is not part of your x. Number 10. Negative x squared minus 2x plus 3. Again, graph. And we can visually see that it goes up to 4 and it goes down, so it makes it less than equal to, and we're looking for range, which is your y value, less than equal to 4. Okay? And let's take a pause.